Welcome back, guys. Video game expert here, and today we're going to be replacing a thumbstick on the Nintendo GameCube controller. As you can see, this one has a bit of wear on it. Looks like it's played some hours of Super Smash Bros. Melee, but I like to just test all the buttons, make sure everything feels good before I start with my repair. And let's get into changing this thumbstick. Anytime I do a repair on a wired controller, I like to take a rubber band and bundle up that wire to keep it out of the way. For today's repair, we're going to need a screwdriver with a tri-wing bit, as well as the replacement thumb caps we're going to use for the thumbstick we need to repair. Let's go ahead and throw in our tri-wing bit into our screwdriver. To remove the casing, we're going to have to take out 6 tri-wing screws. And here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now that we've removed those 6 screws, we should have the controller facing down. Hold it from the bottom like so, and gently pull up on the back portion to separate the 2 sides of the controllers like so. And ta-da, easy enough. Let's go ahead and put the bottom portion to the side, and we'll focus on the inside of the controller. Go ahead and take the Z button and pull it out. Comes out rather easily. I like to grab from the cord right here, grab the rumble pack, and pull straight up. And go ahead and set aside the front casing of the controller. Sometimes the button membranes will stick to the PCB, so go ahead and just take those off. Give them a little cleaning if you need to. The C-stick on the controller still looks pretty good, so I think I'm going to keep that on there, but the thumbstick definitely needs to be replaced. So go ahead and grab that firmly and pull straight up, and it should come right off. Before installing the new thumbstick, I'm going to grab my air gun and give a good dusting to the whole board, cleaning it off a little bit. Now we'll take a look at the replacement thumbstick I ordered from Amazon. It looks very similar, and if you look on the inside, you'll see that there is a slotted area, so the thumbsticks do have to be put on in a certain order, as you'll see in just a moment. Let's go ahead and take this old one and yeet! If we take a look at the actual controller board, you'll see what I was mentioning earlier, that there's a little slotted area right here on the stick that has to line up with the inside of the thumbstick. Just line those up, push it down easily, it should go on without a problem. Once you slide that thumbstick on, go ahead and give it a little wiggle, make sure everything feels correct. If it does, we are ready to put the controller back together. Let's go ahead and grab that membrane and throw it right back on top of the buttons, making sure the black dots are facing up towards you. They have little guide holes in the membrane, so it should be rather easy to throw on there. Let's make sure we also put the start membrane on, with the 2 little posts should be attached through the holes of the membrane. Now that we have all those back in place, we're going to go ahead and take the controller board and we're just going to lay it right into the top of the controller casing. I like to use the thumbsticks as a guide, put them right into the holes, and then just drop it right in. It should go rather easily. With the board sitting flush, we want to make sure we route our wires correctly so that way the controller will close all the way. In order to do so, we have to take the hole in the wire there and put it around that orange post. So I'll just pull back on the board a little bit, get that wire in there, and push it right around that post, leading the wire up the front of the controller. With that wire in place, now we just have a couple more things to check before closing everything up. We want to go ahead and make sure that these 2 white posts are pushed all the way to the top. They control the right and left triggers, and if they are not all the way up, you will have a problem with pushing your triggers down all the way. So let's go ahead and grab that Z button and just put it right back in its slot. It should just pop right in. Give it a couple little pushes to make sure everything's all right before we put on that back housing of the controller. Alright guys, we've almost made it to the finish line. Let's just go over some last steps of making sure our board is sitting flush. Go ahead and push it down and make sure everything feels good. And if it does, we're going to go ahead and grab that back casing of the controller, and we're going to just drop it straight down. It should fit rather easily, and you should feel the entire controller come together. Once the controller casing is pushed back together, we're going to want to go ahead and insert 2 of the tri-wing screws back into the controller casing. That way we can test our buttons to make sure everything feels right before we go ahead and screw everything back in. Once you've thrown in those 2 screws, go ahead and flip over the controller, give the thumbstick a wiggle, and check all the buttons to make sure that they feel like they should. And if they do, congratulations, you just changed the thumbstick on your GameCube controller. Let's finish things off by putting those last 4 screws into the back of the GameCube controller. Once we have those in, let's hook it up to the GameCube and make sure the controller is running smoothly like it should be. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. Comment down below any ideas you have for future videos, or if you have any tips and tricks, I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks again for watching, guys.